Silver or Ethereum? Who's going to outperform in 2026? Why am I talking about silver versus Ethereum? Because most people say that Ethereum is the digital silver, like Bitcoin, digital gold, and Ethereum, therefore, is digital silver. So today's episode is going to be all about Ethereum versus silver. And they both are, I think, going to have a very big 2026. You all know what I think of silver. I've spent the last 2-3 weeks making videos about it. And before that, I've tweeted and told folks so much about the gold, silver, and especially platinum bull run that I see coming. And I think 2026 will be another great year for silver as well. I'll get to that in just a bit. But Ethereum, a lot of people say, oh, we're in a bear market because Bitcoin's in a bear market, and therefore it would go down. But I'm just about to show you some very big signs that might contradict what you think is going to happen. This is the net position changes on how much Ethereum there are on all these crypto exchanges. And look what's happening. What does all this red mean? That means they're leaving the exchange. I'll say it again, leaving the exchange. So the green means they're coming into the exchange. Why would you send large amounts of ETH into the exchange? You do that for one reason only, and that is to sell. You're sending your coins from your own cold wallet into the exchanges. But why would you pull the exchanges off, the Ethereum's off the exchanges, right? To store in your own wallet. Or to stake them. Those are pretty much the only two options. That means you're not selling them, right? You're keeping them, staking or a cold wallet. And look how huge this volume is. Like, I mean, this was earlier this year in Feb, right? People were doing some buying. This was in May. People were doing some buying. And this is in September, and this is now, right? This is crazy volume. And you say, well, Pablo, what about we compare for the last 8 years, not just like 1 year, right? Maybe the volume isn't great compared to other years. Okay, so here is since 2016, 9-year chart. In fact, 2015 is on here as well. This is a 10-year chart. We see lots of selling here, right? Remember, these are, when it goes green, that means the ETH is coming into the exchanges, right? And red is when people are buying and taking it off the exchanges. And this is more buying, selling here, right? And more buying at the top, selling at the more buying. This, they actually got it nailed this time. They bought lots of it at the bottom here, buying here. Right. Okay. So in terms of the scale of buying, this time, the amount of buying in the last 2 months is, I would say, the largest since 20. Well, actually, it's a little bit hard to tell. Like let me enlarge the chart here. Oops. Yeah. Okay. What I'm trying to say is basically this probably is deeper than this level. But if you look at the volume, the volume of this buying is larger than this time, larger than when it was at the bottom. This was when ETH was making its bottom in late 2022, right? The total volume here has been exceeded here. And if you want to look at the total depth, I would say that's gone more. It's probably as deep as this one, 2017, right? So we can see that that's significant buying. The last time we saw this kind of buying, it's not just the depth, but also the volume of the red area you're seeing here. It's more than this time, mid-23, and more than here, more than late 2022. So these are all signs that ETH is getting a lot of buying from whales. And I showed you guys last few videos that whales, Bitcoin whales and sharks are buying Bitcoin, accumulating Bitcoin as well. So this is a sign they're buying Ethereum as well. Here's another chart, another way of looking at this. This is the percentage of ETH that's on the exchanges, of all exchanges, the percent of ETH. So for example, back here at this peak, about 31%, 32%, almost 32%, 1/3 of ETH was on the exchanges. People were selling, and then here, basically, a lot of the ETH was taken off exchanges, right? And we can see right now where we are is basically there's only 8% all the way from 32% of all ETH down to 8% of all ETH are basically on the crypto exchanges, right? And see how that will take us all the way again. That will take us all the way back to 2015. It's the least amount of ETH on exchanges. There's just been a big trend of withdrawing by whales, taking ETH off the exchanges. All these are bullish factors, right? But where do we think ETH is going in the next 3 weeks and then the next 3 months? And where is silver going? Before we get to that, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo He-Man use? Well, Pablo uses this exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID, right? So even the exchange can't see who you are. That means I made this great deal with them because I like what the non-KYC part, and this link is only for Pablo He-Man, right? Amazing rewards just by doing some trading, right? Like deposit $100, get $20, just do some trading. Deposit $1,000 and do some trading, get $200. Deposit $2,000, do some trading, get $400. You get the idea. So limited time only, folks. This deal finishes on January the 9th. Okay, now let's get back to the markets. And with non-KYC, that means the exchange can't see you, the IRS can't see you, the tax office can't see you, FBI, CIA, nobody can see you. Total privacy. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, the link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, such as this one, that's okay. Just click on my profile page, and then there's my link tree or stand link. We click on that, and it should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. Just remember, this deal is only with Pablo He-Man, only on the Pablo He-Man link. So for ETH, in the short term, I am expecting one more last scare. I think we are making some sort of bottom here, right? If you've been watching my calls on Bitcoin, this is kind of similar to my calls on Bitcoin, right? I think we're basically gonna do one more dip to do some sort of double bottom, like retest this low 2600 area. For Bitcoin, I'm expecting Bitcoin to take out its low of 80K, go to 77, 78K, right? Take out all the longs accumulated down here and then go up. For Ethereum, probably same thing. Like one more dip, take out maybe the longs just below 2600, or may not get there. Might be like 2650, 2680, double bottom, something like that, and then up we go, right? So I think this trend line probably gets broken with one more dip and bottom, and up we go. So somewhere bottom around 26 or low 2600s.